Right, we are so excited about this weekend, round 25, the greatest Friday night in history. But, they tell us the lessons we're taught here at Sportsbet and everywhere, every organisation. How do you get more clicks? How do you get more engagement? Well, I'm ready to go. I got 20 minutes on that Taylor Swift podcast. And
20 minutes?
I could talk. Well, that's how long she talked about sourdough. I could talk about this. I watched it I got through 90 minutes. I know it's a week old, but, doesn't matter. The Swifties out there, run at me.
Run at me.
No one is that obsessed with sourdough. I don't care how rancid people got in COVID.
Going to give us your bread power rankings or something now?
Travis Kelce can't be that big of a meathead. My overarching opinion of Taylor Swift is the same opinion I have when I see Tom Cruise do a talk show, right? That is smart, unbelievably charming, brilliant talk show host, guest, interesting person. I don't feel like I'm getting the real person. I feel like I'm getting the performative version of the person, which is basically every celebrity. She's just really good at it. So is Tom Cruise. Right, that's my that's what the prosecution declares, Joel. Would you like to? I know you would have loved watching the Taylor Swift.
I actually haven't seen it. I would like to see it, right? So I used to be very judgy, right? But now I believe if enough people get around something, well, then at least entertain. I've still never seen the Harry Potter series, right? So Taylor Swift, don't know much about her, but what I do know is that you watched 90 minutes of it.
Yeah. If something could get whatever it was, 10 million views in an hour, I'm interested in what it is that captivates people so much. And I don't dislike Taylor. And she doesn't do interviews. But again, I've said what I've said, and I don't resolve from that fact.
And what I'd rather see, folks, though, is all the Swifties, I don't know how many million of you, run at him.
Yeah, can you please run at him?
I can't see my Twitter replies.
Here they come, the Swifties, bang, bang, bang.
I can't see my Twitter replies and I can't see my Instagram private messages. So if you run at me, I'm not going to see it, but run at me nonetheless.
I've got a hankering for some sourdough, that's all I know.
Oh, no.
No one cares about sourdough that much. There's something weird about that whole thing. But I tell you, this is why, it's half the reason I brought it up. And we'll get to footy in a second, I promise. You think, sports Twitter is nuts.
Oh,
Swiftie Twitter is insane. I can see why she's so performative and why every little skerrick that comes from her, I feel is a little orchestrated because every little bit is analysed to an inch of its life.
I know.
So,
every single topic, every single sentence has been reviewed, and I've heard things like toxic masculinity to this is modern masculinity. I've heard all these different
Taylor
theories.
Swift, very hard worker, you would agree?
Agree.
There's one harder worker this weekend, and it's a bloke who timestamps when we start talking about footy on the YouTube page, Sugar.
Okay.
He's in for a very busy week with his stopwatch. When's Dan?
Okay.
When's he going to wind up the Swiftie chat?
3:45.
There we go.
3:45.
Let's go.
Ready to go.
But sorry, before you go, it'll be close.
I tried.
I can just see Taylor Swift one-on-one, G'nane at fullback, left or right step, I'm not sure.
Me? I just run straight over. Look at the size of me. I just run straight over people, Joel. Solomon Hamono style.
My apologies, 406.
Right, let's get down to business. And it is an incredible round, particularly on Friday night. And we're going to concentrate tonight or this afternoon or this morning on top four, which is actually a very interesting go because Penrith, forget Canterbury, $1.06. Penrith are the favourites.
Well, can we forget Canterbury?
Oh, here we go. Okay.
Well, you
Go through the Sean. You went through this. Sean.
No, you almost red penned them for their chance to win the comp, but top four isn't locked in. Now they need a few.
No such thing.
They need a few things to go against them, but their run home. We know how big this weekend is. They got the Melbourne Storm down in Melbourne, fairly big outsiders there, and may drift if Ryan Pappenhausen does squeeze his way into the 17, which I think we all think he will. They then have the Penrith Panthers, who they're almost a 4-point game, Sugar, because they're coming after the 4. And then the Sharkies, again, another 4-pointer because they're coming after the 4. That's at Accor Stadium last week of the year. And if the Doggies have dropped the first 2, then they can't rest anyone. They'll be full strength. So they're going to be pretty short favourites there. But they're no they're no tap-ins. I wouldn't be going near $1.06 anyway.
Oh, no, I wouldn't either.
No, I never said I'd back them for that. But I'm suggesting, Joel, we're going to be looking at Penrith, Warriors, Cronulla. Who's going to fill that fourth spot? Maybe Brisbane as well.
Can I jump in very quickly?
Yep.
If you mention, pick your own team in week one if you finish top of the ladder in this segment here while we finish.
He will. He's been belligerent today.
If you mention it, we're out. Are we out?
Second show in a row he's brought a belligerent
Are we walking
attitude.
out?
It's like buy
Well, you
points.
can walk out.
I'll walk out.
I'm
Folks, it's
contractually
like buy
obliged to
points.
stay.
You know the right answer. Okay, you know.
Okay. Penrith, $2.50. Now that on the surface is juicy. Do you believe it is juicy? Now Warriors are $3. If you believe in the Warriors, who have got a pretty soft draw, to be honest. I take back everything I said about Penrith being juicy because I actually think they're going to get done this week. Warriors at $3.
Yeah.
I get to my theory on Canberra.
Keep
and
that
what
powder
Canberra's
dry
gonna
until we
be.
get
It's more about Canberra than about Penrith. But Warriors, all they've got to do is win. They control the destiny here. And let's have a look at the Warriors' draw, if I may. They've got the Gold Coast this week, as I shuffle awkwardly through my papers. Okay. And then they've got Parramatta at home, surely. If the Warriors are fair income. I know we're on the Parramatta
value, Dan.
Over there. Parramatta beat them last year, actually. And then Manly at Brookie. Ooh. Now, Manly at Brookie, the DCE farewell. Yeah, but Manly stink at them.
Last round.
For $3, I'd rather have the Warriors ticket for $3 than the Penrith ticket for $2.50.
Nobody has spoken about the fixture which you just named. There's every chance Warriors have to beat Manly at Brookie, Daly's last ever Manly game.
Top four.
To make top four?
Yeah, wow.
This final series and round 27 is the greatest of all time.
Who needs a wildcard round, Shul? We don't need one.
So one of the most famous photos, again, no nasal penetration for those on viewing. Itch. Rob Lowe wore an NFL hat once. It was one of the dumbest.
Yeah.
It was clearly, he did a show for Fox. It was a Fox game. Might have been the Super Bowl or an NFC championship. It was a big game. Camera fixed on him to basically promote his show, but he didn't want to offend one set of fans or the other, so he wore an NFL hat. Let me wear the NRL hat. Because this is what I want to happen for the competition. I take no side, pick no sides here. But I think if we want the great last couple of rounds, we need Penrith to win against Canberra. Yes, have I got this right?
Yeah.
We need Canterbury to beat Melbourne.
Yes.
Right. The reason we need Canterbury to beat Melbourne, if Melbourne beat Canterbury, top two's done. And now we're into the resting situation. Right. And I don't want to see that. And then Canterbury's going to know they're pretty much locked in.
No, but this is why this year is fascinating, because you can't. Because if the Panthers scrape their way into fourth spot, you do not want to finish top of the table. You don't want to play them. But if on the other hand,
so what's the solution to that?
Well, I think you just have to play it out. No, sugar, don't. Jesus, I'm close to walking off.
All right, wooden spoon. All right, so okay, you get one pick at top four. It is.
I think the Panthers just scrape in there.
Okay,
$2.50. Wars out, Panthers in.
Joel Kane.
I reckon the Sharks will flum it.
$3.30.
Yeah, I reckon they'll flum
They've got to buy this week, and then they've got to beat Canterbury in round 27. But then again, Canterbury could be stuck in third and resting everyone. They don't strike me though, to be honest. Canterbury, Cameron Ciraldo. I could be wrong, and I'm happy to be proven wrong. Doesn't strike me as the resting type. They're going to need to hit some form.
Yeah, I don't know. I think if there's players that need a rest, and he sort of hinted to that very fact in his press conference last week, and then it just rolled out the same 17. So I thought there was going to be changes, but we'll get to that.
It's a PR stunt.
I think. No, he's got rest. He's got rest in him.
All right, wooden spoon. Titans $1.57. $1.57. Surely.
Newcastle.
Newcastle absolutely stink at the moment.
Newcastle,
but the problem is, Shaun, Parramatta $34. You need Gold Coast to win one. Where are they going to win this game? Are they going to beat the Warriors this week?
Well, they very well could.
They've got a record over them. So Gold Coast are 5 wins minus 187. Who's the other?
Run home, Dan? Have you got the run home there?
I'll get to that in a minute. Newcastle 6 wins minus 186. So for and against is about the same. So basically, Gold Coast gets 1 win. They've got a chance. Warriors this week. Dolphins at Suncorp. Tigers in what we thought was going to be a spoon bowl. No, sir. at Seabus. So it's a pretty good draw, actually. We're Newcastle, Brisbane at home, Cronulla at Shark Park, then a winnable one, Parramatta at Combank.
Oh, I keep telling you, round 27 is the greatest round in history.
Look at these notes here. It's like a NFL defensive coach's little cheat sheet on the sideline. Look at that.
It meant to print on a...
Could be laminated. That's the only way you'd make them better if they were laminated.
They will be. I only printed them an hour ago at Office
Do you
Works.
laminate them?
Sometimes. No, not these particular ones. Some I do. If I feel like they're going to get damaged in my bag...
Timestamp.
I have a nickname for someone, but I think it's going to get me into trouble. He's not playing for South.
Can I weave it?
No.
Can I weave the name into the show somewhere?
Can you share the nickname?
No.
And then we guess.
Let me weave it in.
Latrell Mitchell's out this week, right? Latrell Mitchell is out. And I was going to make a comment a week ago, and social, you're not allowed to clip this up, all right? You're not allowed to clip this up. This is just for us, the intimate audience, us and the regular podcast people, which was they brought him out for the Gold Coast game. I think he was busted, but he played fantastic. And my comment then, which was going to be a positive comment, but is now going to seem like a negative comment, is South bring out Latrell like McDonald's brings out the McRib. That is a special occasion. McDonald's famously only bring the McRib out when they absolutely need to ward off the competition. If Burger King in America has a big promotion, like they might bring out a chicken
I've never
burger.
had the McRib. Now
Oh,
I'm feeling FOMO.
Sugar, you haven't lived. It's
Like
outstanding.
a Chick-fil-A
Really?
or something in America, McDonald's
damn.
would save the McRib because everyone wants the McRib on the regular menu.
I've never had it.
But this is their turbocharge.
As surprised as you may be, I've never had that.
This is their break glass in emergency burger. And I'm saying Latrell a couple of weeks ago was the McRib because he doesn't play as often as we'd hope.
Yeah.
But again, he's out this week, so it's going to be taken out as negative, but I meant it to be a positive.
When it does
He
reappear
got
on the
it out of
menu, Sugar, that blinker in your car, that'll
Puts itself on. Puts itself on. Will the McRib appear against the McRoosters?
Oh.
Yes. Well, it's a pinched nerve situation, so he'd want to play.
Oh, I'm really hungry now.
Oh, can we just get we need AJ a couple of tries
Here's
to get
a
him
question.
close?
Is Latrell the best player this year in a per-game scenario? Did we talk about this?
That's a great question.
A Dally-M, because he's been best on ground or second best on ground in games they've lost.
Well, you know the only person who may beat him is the
Gray?
bloke. Yeah, it's the bloke in his team at fullback.
yeah.
Sunday night, 8:55, we're on again and hopefully celebrating some winners. Now, last week I was very confident. And we delivered an $11 mold flair, thank you, a $5.40 flair. I'm not as confident this week. I'm not saying don't invest, but I'm just saying proceed with caution. And now let's get to the good stuff. South Dragons. This is, well, it's not a Thursday night blockbuster, but at least it's close. And the betting, South have come into favourites. $1.85 Dragons, $2. Was this one of the games, Joel, we picked out?
Early bird multi.
Early bird
multi.
Yes.
They jumped on that. So we picked 3 games on a Sunday night. This is why you got to watch the Sunday night show.
Yep.
Right? And we see the lines, and we know those lines are going to change. South are outsiders, and they're now at -1.5. And we picked the other 2 as well. Canterbury were one. I can't remember. Brisbane might have been the other. Anyway.
They were shorter. The Bunnies got shorter before McRib, not on team sheet. So they've actually drifted out a bit.
There you go.
What about the psychology of pricing, right? So I was really keen on the Bunnies when they were the outsiders.
Yeah,
now they're favourites.
I agree. I am so with you. In fact,
Sugar.
I am tempted to change my flair based on that. So Latrell's out. Keon Kalamatangi is in. Lockie Hubner is in. The Dragons. Ben Murdoch-Masila is playing. He hasn't played all year. Dragons only have 21. Not that it matters. They only need 18. But they could only name 21. So they're a bit busted. You've got Buchanan and Fiona in the centres. Tui Pilotu is back. That's what I wanted to touch on. Christian Tui Pilotu. So to our producer, Gibbo, I'm going to change my same-game multi. I'm sorry to do this on the run, but that's live betting.
Eyes up,
That's
Flair
eyes
change.
up, Blair. I'm changing my winner here because I actually now, $2 for St George Illawarra, Joel, is a little bit too tempting.
I think so.
Because I think South 2, and I'll let you fire away. South have been really up for the last couple of weeks to get away from the spoon.
Yes, and for those on AJ Watch, he needs 3 to level up with Ken Irvine,
Yes.
right? We have the market there, the NRL Weekly Hub. They have the bye next week, so factor that in. And then they have the Book of Feuds.
Yes.
Right.
Needs
so,
a double here, doesn't he?
So he would need a double there to get real big noise around, I think.
You want the best case scenario. Forget who it's against. Forget who it's as we watch highlights of South Sydney beating Parramatta. The best case scenario would be, Sean, on the same night he ties it and then breaks it. I think that would be a great.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah, I
all right,
agree. A double on the night.
a double on the night. First half equals it.
For Roosters.
It doesn't matter. Oh well, yes. If we're going to really dreamcast this,
So
yes.
he'd need 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what you've painted here is if he scores 2 this week,
Yep.
that puts him within 1 of equaling.
And then we'd need
To,
another double.
We do
level.
lose if he just needs 1 though, or if he needs 2, sorry, you lose the build up and the anticipation going into the game, knowing he still needs a double. When he gets the first one, then in stadium and everyone at home would be amazing, but you probably lose a little bit of the build up. But he definitely needs 2.
One's a magic number.
I think so.
He needs a hat trick this week.
Can you imagine the build up going into it, and then every time that ball started going down that left
yeah.
edge,
Yeah,
if he needs 1, the whole crowd would be on there.
Yeah.
This is fair.
Yep.
This is fair.
To then watch him score a try and then stay in your seats and just applaud. Don't run on the ground because we've been told we're not allowed to run on the field. Sure.
Yep.
All right.
Do I have to let that go?
I wonder if that was a lawyer suggestion.
I think it might have been.
Like genuine.
I think it's just
you
we've
know,
got nothing to do with this.
We did like a
Get your ass out there.
like a roulette dealer. Like once the roulette dealer claps their hands together
are
and
off.
puts their hands up, hey, we did everything. Bets are off. We did everything we could. Who you picking here?
Oh, look, this is incredibly tough to settle on a winner. But I think I'm just going the way of the Bunnies. The Dragons are busted. They're missing so many first-class troops. I think you've got to go to the Bunnies.
Okay. Now, flair has changed for me. Christian Tuipulotu to score into the Dragons to win. Now, when I had the Rabbitohs to win into Christian Tuipulotu, it was $4. But because Dragons Tuipulotu marries up together, it's a little shorter than that. But you've got to have Christian Tuipulotu to score, don't you? I mean,
think so.
he's
You would
just
think,
a rampant scorer, 7 in 7 this year, and hopefully his hamstrings hold out. Right, that's the entree. Now let's get to the main course. Glen Willow Stadium, the official name, 6 p.m. Panthers $1.60. Raiders $2.35 as we record this. 3.5 is a big start. I'm going to get to that in a second. Penrith, no changes to the side that took Melbourne beyond 80 minutes. And Canberra are coming off a bye. And the last time we saw them, they looked pretty good against Manly. I think I know where Joel Kane's going, so I'm going to start with you before we get Joel's.
Yeah, so I know. So off the bye, that's a big tick this time of year. If you go through the stat sheet, now stats can be deceiving; they can lie. It's not the be all and end all. But Manly, if you're going off that alone, they had a lot of chances to win that game. They couldn't ice it. DCE, Brooks probably didn't have their best games. Probably need to see Isaiah Yeo confirmed to be in. Cleary's been a little bit cagey. Whether
Parents live in Mudgee. He'll be wanting to play.
They do.
His family live in Mudgee.
Yes,
He'll want to play.
So, I mean, it's going to move one way or the other whether he comes in or not. I'm still not convinced about the Raiders' true form line. They somehow keep winning these games, but if you dig a little deeper, it might not be all as rosy. And this is the real deal. And the Panthers had the Melbourne Storm on the rack for a big part of that game. 1 or 2 big moments went against them. There was a back to Seve. There was a try there, the Harry Grant try. I know you say it was 5 tries to 3. One was in Golden Point. One was a back. One was a kick for Coates. There was an intercept. Like a lot of things
I agree.
went against them. I think we might just see a statement from the Panthers here.
See, I actually do believe it may be a race in 2, Panthers and the Storm. In saying that, I think Canberra can win this game. Now, Ricky Stewart, so Andy Reid, you blokes follow the NFL. Andy Reid is renowned. He's the famous coach of the Kansas City Chiefs. First up, off a bye or starting the season, he's elite. You can't beat him. Ricky Stewart, everyone talks about Craig Bellamy round 1. Ricky Stewart, first up, whether it's start of the season or after a bye, he is awesome. So I'm the $1.60 for the Panthers, whilst I think they can win the comp, it's too short for this. Dan.
I think this is the game where Ricky Stewart pulls out all the Ricky Stewart specials, the us against the world mentality. He's going to go to his team. Sean, you've had your say. May I?
How does he do it, though?
You say, look at the market. We are number one in the competition, and those idiot bookmakers have us at $2.35. They have no respect for us. We are sent to Mudgee. Ricky years ago used to blow up because basically every second week they'd be off to a New South Wales country town, which is, these are beautiful parts of the world, but they're not the easiest places to get to. $2.24 now, Canberra, by the way. They've come in a touch. But there's another one. Oh, look, they gave us the Mudgee game because they didn't think we could fill their stadium. There's an internet conspiracy about the referee is a Penrith stooge. I think it's a joke, right? But he'll use that. Every game, every time we come off, there's some theory about teams coming off buys, they always get Penrith, or there's some weird, again, another internet theory. That he'll use them all. And I think Canberra are going to knock Penrith. I think at that price is too good to refuse. So $2.24, a little shorter than they were when we started this, but I'm taking the Canberra Raiders.
I need to apologise to our loyal audience because Shawnee and I turn up to Sportsbet HQ about 5 a.m. on Monday mornings. Every rock we turn it over. I've missed one here, Sean. We've missed one. The other factor is teams, after having got up for the Melbourne Storm, it falls through the floor. So there is every reason why. There's every reason why this lime bread team.
I have another stat on that regard. That's a very good point you made, and it's not to do with this game. So we'll move that for another time.
Can I do a flair?
You do a flair, please.
Okay, my flair relates to this bloke here. So the problem that Ricky Stewart has, yes, I'm tipping the Raiders, but the right-hand side of the Raiders will be targeted, and this kid here, look at this, left centres versus the Raiders, it is a tickathon. And there's no huge, Kohler's flying, of course, but I think McLean, when he met up with Crichton, here he is. This kid, since he passed mark versus Crichton, he has gone to a whole new stratosphere.
And a pass mark against Crichton is probably a 9 out of 10 game,
Yep.
9.5 out of
Correct.
10 game. And something happened in that moment where I think he probably just got a bit of self-belief.
Yeah, of course.
He has been flying ever since.
Well,
So flair's two or more McLean, boys. That's the way I'm playing.
beautiful. All right. Melbourne versus Canterbury. So part two of this double header. Melbourne $1.48, Canterbury $2.67. Now, what's fascinating, Canterbury have rocketed in. They were 7.5 underdogs, -7, plus 7.5. They're now plus 4.5, which is a bit skinny. Well, for 2 weeks I've been saying I'm going to back Canterbury for this game. This is the game I think Canterbury's going to prove people wrong. 4.5 though is it's a pick'em situation. As we speak, you probably know more than us at home. Ryan Pappenhausen in the extended squad by now. You probably know if he's playing or not. And we've got Montoya and Tupanua on the extended bench again as we speak. You'll know more than us. That does make them a much stronger side, particularly if Montoya plays.
Montoya is a big in, and Satilli, of course, as well. But, Shawnee, the key for Montoya is what that does. It pushes Kiraz back to that right wing, which defends that aerial threat of whom?
Xavier Coates.
Correct.
Which is a big one. Or I mean, maybe it doesn't. Do they leave Kiraz left and Montoya, what would he be?
No, Montoya's played the whole year left.
3?
No, Kiraz will go right.
You would think so. Yeah, you would think so. And I mean, what we saw last week, teams have to be, if you're not at training for hours trying to defend that set play, because they're going to go to it if they only get 25 metres out, which is basically all the Roosters could get attacking-wise against the Bulldogs, just went to that play. They've spent a lot of time on it this week.
Shawnee, how do I want you to defend it? So, coach's corner, I want Kiraz to sit a metre, go against what
you want him dead. You want him dead in goal.
No. I want him the other way. I want him to basically escort himself. So
right, you want him running with the ball.
I want him running with Coates. I want him to wait there. When Coates turns up, you're a metre in front. I want that.
Okay.
Because they sit under the ball. They've got one calf to jump up. Police Academy.
Melbourne have won 10 of their last 11. Thursday, Friday nights 22-1 at Amy since 2020. They're undefeated on Thursdays. I think that's been done this year. But add Fridays, 1 loss since 2020. This was a win on a Thursday away from home against Penrith that we're seeing on screen. Now this was the stat. I said the teams the week after playing Penrith since round 9, 1-10.
Wow.
So Penrith is taking a lot out of teams, and I got to imagine on a bog surface in a game that was helter-skelter, went for 80-plus minutes, I wouldn't be shocked if they were just a little flat Melbourne.
Penrith and Storm, same scenario. Like teams who take them on, they get up for it so big.
Yep.
It's hard to back up.
Can I dust off an old favourite here? Red zone defence for both these two sides. They're elite, and in fact, defensively, everywhere you look, they're both elite. Melbourne Storm, their defensive record this year is not only sneaky good, it's absolutely airborne. For some reason, I had it in my head that maybe their defence is a little bit shaky, but it's not. You go through the numbers, they're ranked second for red zone D. Doggies not too far behind, ranked fourth. We know points conceded, Storm second, Doggies first, but line breaks conceded as well. Again, Storm ranked second, Doggies ranked first. There is just no points in this game. It's too big of a game. Now, they're going to know from the result of the Raiders and Panthers how big it means for minor premiership. But for the Doggies to not only lock away top 4, but maybe get to that top 2 spot, huge for them. Storm jumping up to minor prem to maybe get the Wars week 1 instead of the Panthers. It's just huge. It just stinks of an unders type game. I think the total's too big, but I also haven't done this for a while either. Halftime margin draw, $9.25.
That's good.
All right.
Flair here. Very cagey affair, this one.
And I think if you were going to pick the score, you'd say 6-all or 8-all at half time.
Oh, yeah, 2-all maybe.
And I think for Melbourne, this is what worries me, as someone who thinks Canterbury might win. Melbourne know, minor premiership or not, if they win this game, they're a lock for top 2. And then if this game could determine how they play out the next 6, i.e. how Craig Bellamy rests players, whether he staggers it over 2 weeks, whether he does it all in one hit, that's the luxury they get if they win this game against the Dogs.
Can I ask you blokes a betting sort of strategy? Dan has shared the post-Panther performance.
Yes.
We know the post-Melbourne performance, both through the floor.
Just hangovers everywhere, isn't it?
The double, I did $5.57.
Raiders and Dogs?
Yes, as we speak, it'll change. $5.57.
Yeah, but
Can someone else put it on their feed, please? Because I'm calling the Canterbury game.
I'll
I
put it
don't
on.
want to be seen to be biased.
if you had backed both $1 each, are we confident that one of them's going to get up?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, that's good strategy.
Well, I see. So you have your saver. So your individual bets.
Yeah.
And then, okay. Very good. I like the way where your head's at there. Now, let's go to Newcastle versus Brisbane. Is that where we're going? No, see, I'm out of order. See, I'm that flustered. I'm that
Saturday
flustered.
Arvo. Manly and the Dolphins.
We're going to Manly Dolphins. Dolphins must win. Manly in a world of hurt. Yes, $1.80, $9.95. Now, again, this will be the last time I say this. We're recording this early, so we don't know the weather, but it's expected to be wet.
I think the weekend might be okay, Dan.
You see, you say that.
In a dry
I
sense.
thought it was going to be Monday on. We were going to be... Anyway, the point is, it could be a bog at Brookvale Oval, so take that into account. The under-over is 48.5. Ruben Garrick, that's a shame. He's out for the season. In a bad season, he's actually been pretty good. Tommy Talau starts in the centres. Molo Kaufusi back for the Dolphins, so that stiffens them up. I kind of like the Dolphins here, Joel. Where are you going?
Yeah, who takes the kicking tee, Dan? Ooh. Is it Brooks or Cherry or?
That's a good question.
That plays a part, right? So Garrick's pretty of a sharpshooter.
Cherry Evans, I'd say, although he's streaky and probably has no interest in goal kicking anymore. Imagine Takayahu. Remember, he used to be a goal kicker.
I'll have a goal kicking forward, yes.
Anyway, sorry.
Okay, sorry.
Off piece.
Tommy Talau comes back. How big of an out is Ruben Garrick? But big ins for the Dolphins. Felice Kaufusi, he owes his team. He let them down. Frankie Molo, he's back into the side. And Maxi, apparently they're saying Fiangai.
We need a symposium.
Yep.
Every Fox person, every Nine person, every radio person, we all need to come like the Richie Benno 12th man gag. Let's art imitate life imitate art, and we need a leader to run the show. I don't care who it is, and we need to have all these names, and we need every single player in the competition
Themselves.
to put it on video.
Yep. I
Right,
agree.
because that is the third, different version of Fiona,
Yep.
Guy, for young
Eye.
for young eye. We need to sort this out because we want to get it right.
Yes. Weather permitting, I think we're going to see just the shackles get cut from Manly here. They haven't been playing a Manly style of footy for the last little while. Now, a lot of it's got to do with the forward pack that's been heavily depleted, and I think the fact that it's a day game probably negates the fact that they get Molo and Kafusi back. I'm talking about the Finns there. I think we're going to see the footy get moved around. Hand in glove actually comes up in this game as well. Manly, they love attacking right, which actually surprised me as well. When you go through the numbers, they can score tries heavily down their right-hand side of the field. It's even left and right, well ahead of the average, 10.2%. And the Finns, their left edge defensively has been in all sorts this year, about 7% more than the average. They saw Hammer, they put Hammer back to left centre last week, got torn to shreds.
Yep.
He goes back to fullback, but Max, the young guy,
Yes.
defensively, it is so hard. And I think if they go down that channel, you can cash in.
Right, I've got the flair for this one, and you presented some compelling notes there, and I've got Tolu Kola to score 2 or more. Notes or not, I'm taking Tolu. He scores every week.
He's flying.
$5.50. $5.50 against a team that's not exactly a defensive powerhouse right now, even though I think Dolphins might win this game.
They've got the trick shot of Cole left to right as well. He scored on the right-hand side a
What
few
happens
times.
with him, boys?
In what way?
Like, is he a fullback? Is that?
Well, there's probably 5 teams I could think of that would have him right now
As their
fullback.
starting fullback?
Yes.
Can I suggest you would like this? I'm not saying I'm going down this path. This has got Dolphins. If Manly are as off as I fear they are, Dolphins 13 plus might have some
don't have
thoughts here. But the August wall is what I fear with the Dolphins. Record. He doesn't like the stat, Joel, but record in August 2-9.
We're going the month now, are we?
Well, in 2023 they hit the wall. 2024 they hit the wall, and right now, last 2 games, 102 points. Gold Coast versus Warriors. We probably won't spend much time on this game. In fact, we won't spend any time on this game except for your flair, Joel.
Yeah, I think the Warriors win the game. But Sammy's playing great footy, Dan. Phil Sammy is playing great footy. I'm tipping Sammy in a beaten side. I actually think the Warriors will win.
Have you done eyes up flare change as well?
Yep. Eyes up, flare change.
Yes, for those that watch
those
the
watching.
I think
the
full
Warriors will win
podcast.
with Sammy to score.
The TV
You'll get a
people
better
won't know
price.
what
There
that
you go.
means, but I changed my flair for South Sydney,
Yep.
St George Illawarra on the run, and you can get the full podcast on YouTube or KO or where else, Joel?
Everywhere.
Everywhere. By the way, Rocco, Berry, Kurt Capel, Tomato, Martin back. I think the Warriors might spank them. Parramatta versus Roosters, Saturday night. Parramatta, the nuisance value team, or so we thought. Roosters, their nuisance value for the gun sides. Junior Tupou from the Dolphins is in for Daniel Tupou. So you're going to see Tupou on the list. Wrong one. Siwa Wong returns. $1.33, the Roosters. You would think, Sean, they're playing too well for Parramatta right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I found this really hard. It takes a lot of trust to want to back the Parramatta Eels here, just with how airborne the Chooks are, still playing for top 8. Parramatta's not checked out, but they can't make finals. It's a big swing in terms of not effort, but just motivation. It's very hard to get the Chooks to double-figure favourites to want to back them. Sugar, I'll throw to you.
I'm a left-sided man, right? But what's the unders and overs of Moses kicks to Lomax on the right-hand side and Sammy Walker to the right-hand side for Marky Mark?
Ooh.
So they're not marking each other.
No.
It's going to be a cross kickathon.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah, it will be. And the Chooks, with Tupou out as well, we're going to see, firstly, their attacking stats this year. They're in 8th spot, but their attack is so far ahead of where they really should be based on those numbers alone. Line breaks per game, they're ranked 6th. Red zone attack ranked 1st. Points per game, they're ranked 4th as well. So they're doing a lot right in attack, which worries me. And where they do score tries is that right edge. You've still got Dylan Brown defending at left centre, Sugar. That's a big concern for me.
Surely
Marky
just
Mark on
explain
the
that
right.
that first left one you had where they lead.
Yes, red zone attack. So
7.6. Explain that.
7.6 on average. 7.6 play the balls in the Westpac red zone.
That's all they need.
That's all they need to
Thank
convert
you,
it
Sean.
to a try. the Westpac red zone there.
That's how it's done. That's
Yep.
why they pay the big bucks. So where are we putting our money after all these?
Well, after that, I'm going right. Bobby Toyer and Marky Mark to combine for 3 or more is my flair there. Bobby Toyer
Double nickname.
and Marky Mark.
All right, yeah.
You caught Bobby in a game. I love that. That was my proudest
Because
moment
his
of the year.
coach did it. That's why, not because you plonkers did it. By the way, Roosters first try scorer this year when they score 6 of the last 7 by wingers. Joel Kane, your tip, please.
My tip is
Gamble responsibly. That's his tip.
that's my tip.
Roosters have won 3 straight by a combined score of 116-22. I have this funny feeling they're going to have an off day, but still probably win. Newcastle-Brisbane. We have varying opinions on this game. I think this is going to be Newcastle's last stand. Now, that mightn't say much, but I think they're going to be right up for this. Crossland is back in the number 9 jersey. Yes, they're awful. We understand that, and they can't score points. Well, let's talk about this. 10.5 is the start. It's a Sunday afternoon. I think, Joel, we're going to get whatever the best of Newcastle is, and it might not be much. I think we're going to get the best of Newcastle, and I got a suspicion, I know you don't, they're going to annoy Brisbane a bit in this game.
Yeah, our man Dan Nielsen, what's new in the castle, who runs for a kilometre for every point they get.
How
beat
far
by.
is he running this week?
Start stretching the hammies. That's what I'm saying, Dan.
Is this your Palooka mate who runs 1
not Palooka.
kilometre for every point they lose?
Didn't I just say that?
The issue with the Knights, you're saying we're going to get their best. Their best is not being able to score a point in the first half. Like, they just can't score any
How
points.
many times?
Is it 11 now?
11.
I can't
I think it's
keep up.
11 games.
Yeah, first time. They've only played 21 games. They've been scoreless at halftime 11 times. So more than half the games. They've been kept
And
scoreless.
this is my bread and butter. A home underdog, big head start, and I can't get anywhere near them. Now, the Cowboys made 23 errors last week. Not only did they win the game, they thumped the Knights. They scored 1 try. Now, I know it's at home. That's a big leg up, but they can't score. The Broncos can score. This could be eaten up very, very quickly.
Broncos.
Taking Payne Haas, Reece Walsh, Katoni Staggs, Dan, list goes on.
I
Good
think
luck.
last week might be a little mirage. That was a wonderful game against the Dolphins. I just feel a
We're
step.
getting beat for a good chunk of that game as well.
I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid like, I think they'll win, but I think
the
10 and a
daytime's
half,
good, isn't
I'd
it?
just be careful. Well, I think it's going to rain, but I'm going to say that, and Sean's going to go, no, the weather's going to be fine. Highlights, we could play these for 10 minutes, the highlights, particularly of Reece Walsh. He was spectacular. Katoni Staggs, when he's on, boy.
The
you're
barometer.
on him.
I declared him the barometer
Oh,
a few
I
months
like
ago. He is the Bronco barometer.
I like that.
That's good. Go, son.
Broncos have lost 4 games this year against bottom 9. That's why I'm just not as gung. Is it gung-ho? No, it's gun-ho. No, it's gung-ho.
G-U-N-G?
Is it?
Gun
I've always
or
known
gun?
it as gun-ho.
While we get our idioms in order,
I'll search
you've got a stat.
Yeah, so let's look at the totals, Knights at home versus Broncos away, and they're actually quite compelling here. Now, the Knights won will not shock you. 7 from their 11 home games have gone under, but they go under by a long way. It's about 2/3. And the Broncos on the road, 6 from 8, have also gone under
So
3/4.
that's the surprising one.
And the angle here is that just the Knights cannot score points.
And quickly against contenders, Joel Kane, nice.
Yes, yeah, it seems to be creeping up. They've been gung-ho. It's gung.
Yeah, thank you.
Gung-ho. That is a term. But what about this? So at home, Raiders, they just got beat by Storm 18. It is ascending. And I'm just worrying. I know what it's like, a long season in a battling side. One thing I do know about rugby league is battling sides. And I think this could be a big score for them.
All right, which brings us to your flair.
Yes, pick your own line, minus 29.5. Or in the old language, Broncos by 30.
They're fun. They're much more fun than having an unders bet, let me assure you. West Tigers versus Cowboys. Tigers have won 6 of their last 8 at Leichhardt. Your flair.
Daytime footy, line breaks everywhere, both these teams. Conceded, that is, and long-range tries conceded. 2 fullbacks, Bullard, Drinkwater, same
I
goal.
like it.
Yes, please.
Good odds, 5.25. All right, best bets right after this. Get them on side. Number 2 podcast in the world this week. Thank you. I don't know how we did it. Just a smidge behind Taylor Swift and the meathead footballer. Let's do this.
I hate to do it to you, but we're going to Undersville, boys, to kick off the best bet multi. Under 40.5, Storm Bulldogs. The two best defensive teams in the comp by a pretty big stretch. Playing for minor premiership, playing for top two. Unders, yes, please.
All right, leg number 2. Just no way Travis Kelce can be that dumb. I just don't believe it. I think it's an act. Warriors minus only 2.5. Are you kidding? Warriors against the worst team in the comp. Put some respect on the Warriors' name.
You've heard all the best bets here. By the way, all of us, you can catch on the feed through the Sportsbet app. Copy the bets. I've put our team multi up, and it concludes with the Broncos minus 10.5. Surely they win easy, don't they?
I think so, sure. I think so.
Thoughts?
I hope. If we're riding Sunday night, we'll see you then. Don't look at me, Joel. He's staring at me.
Thinking about Taylor Swift.
It's very off-putting. Number 2 podcast in the world. See you on Sunday night. Get them onside. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.